Good evening. These were the violent scenes on the capital streets last summer during 3 nights of rioting. The disturbances raised serious questions about how the police control widespread disorder. Well, now BBC London has discovered that since the Troubles, the Metropolitan Police have dramatically increased the number of plastic bullets at its disposal. Even though baton rounds have never been used on mainland Britain before, they have been responsible for killing 17 people in Northern Ireland. Our Home Affairs correspondent Guy Smith has this report.
Mark the 30th anniversary of our brother's death.
A recent ceremony in memory of a schoolboy killed by a plastic bullet in Northern Ireland 30 years ago. 11-year-old Stephen McConaughey was playing with friends in Derry when he was shot in the head. The soldier claimed he pulled the trigger by accident. He's never been prosecuted.
The impact of that shot that the soldier fired propelled Stephen several yards down the street, where he landed face down on a grass embankment.
Stephen died 3 days later. It is an extreme case, but shows just how potentially lethal baton rounds can be. They've never been used in London, or indeed on the British mainland, during a riot situation. Yet under a Freedom of Information request to the Met, we've discovered that a month before the riots in the capital last August, the Met had 700 rounds available. By December, that had dramatically risen to more than 10,000. Paul O'Connor is a human rights campaigner in Northern Ireland. He said the lessons here should be learnt in London.
Police officers always ignore the rules on plastic bullets, and we end up with head injuries, we end up with people being blinded, and we end up eventually with deaths. And our view is that plastic bullets cause riots. We only need to see one death from a plastic bullet in the likes of Brixton, and London will go up in flames. That's our experience here. They should never have been used here, and they should not be used in Britain.
The Met deployed officers with baton rounds 22 times in the capital between 2010 and 2011. Currently, training is on the increase, and there are now more than 300 specialist officers.
Where you've got police officers who are trying to protect innocent members of the public, trying to protect property from a mob that's perhaps using petrol bombs and the like, life is threatened. It's legitimate use of force to push that crowd back.
And this was the stance this afternoon from a senior officer at Scotland Yard.
If there is a situation where we need to use it and it's properly authorised, then we would use it, but we would rather not. We would rather facilitate peaceful process on the streets of London.
The riots last year and the Olympics this July means the Met is preparing for any scenario. But the implications of actually using baton rounds on the street is controversial. Guy Smith, BBC London News.
Still to come this evening,